Europe, 1916. Germany and the Austrian-Hungarian Empire have been waging an offensive war against the Triple Entente, Russia, France, and the United Kingdom. The Western Front. Enemy trenches are separated by no man's land, the killing field. Wave after wave of attacks end in disaster and heavy casualties. 4 million men have already fallen. February 1916. General Erich von Falkenhayn, commander of German forces in the West, plans a daring offensive at the Fortress City of Verdun. Verdun had seen very little action up to this point of the war, but was a symbolic and vital city to the French. General Erich von Falkenhayn understood the French psyche and knew they would do anything to defend this sacred city. Verdun was situated in a salient, or bulge in the line. It could be attacked from multiple angles. It was also close to a major German railway network, which made it easier and ideal to move troops and supplies to the front. For the first time in modern military history, an army would go into battle, not to take a strategic point, but with the sole purpose of killing as many combatants as humanly possible. As General Erich von Falkenhayn put it, the German army at Verdun would bleed France white. On February 21st, one of the bloodiest and most appalling killing matches in human history began. The Germans had brought in over 3 million artillery shells just for the initial phase of battle. The big guns would not stop for another 300 days. Early on in the battle, Fort Douaumont, said to be the strongest fort on the planet, was taken. It had a huge psychological effect on both sides. During the early months of the war, forts were not seen as effective as they once were. Because of this, Fort Douaumont and surrounding forts protecting Verdun were lightly manned and lightly gunned, but the French decided to hold on to their last remaining forts. Soon after the battle began, General Philippe Pétain was given the command of the defense of the city. Pétain was not a modern general, but understood the importance of logistics. He set up his headquarters along the single-lane road leading into Verdun. He worked tirelessly to improve the road conditions and therefore move more supplies into the city. This very special 40-mile stretch of road is known as the Voie Sacrée, or the Sacred Way. At its height, trucks of supplies would move past a marker every 13 seconds to resupply the city, day in and day out. Pétain implemented a new line relief system, where infantry divisions would be moved away from the front lines on a 2-week system. But infantry divisions were being chewed up just as soon as they were fed into the line, and the French were running low on reserves. As spring turned into summer, the British launched their Somme offensive, with more than 59,000 casualties on their first day alone. But it did its job of taking the pressure off of Verdun. As the months rolled on and the battle continued, the bombardments and the killing did also, but the Germans were sending more and more soldiers to the Somme. On December 18th, with winter setting in, General von Falkenhayn called off the attack on Verdun. It had been a slaughter. The French had lost 377,000 soldiers in defense of the city, but the Germans lost nearly as many, with 337,000 casualties. One man had died every minute of every hour of every day for nearly the entire 10-month battle. But the French and General Pétain had kept their word. On ne passera pas. They shall not pass. But it had come at an extraordinary cost.